Go. Oh, we might be visible right now.
Remember blowing in the cartridge, the static on the screen. Atari, Coco, Intellivision, the greatest games we've seen. Nintendo power in our hands, a pixelated dream. Back to the days of high scores, the ultimate gaming team. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, yeah, the show's about to start. Talking pixels, flippers, and the tech that stole our heart. From the joystick to the headset, come on and play your part. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, a brand new world to chart. Then the silver ball starts flying, hear the bumpers and the bells. Chasing that multi-ball magic, the stories that it tells. From the classic wooden cabinets to the digital spells, every play's a new adventure, breaks you from your shells. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, yeah, the show's about to start. Talking pixels, flippers, and the tech that stole our heart. From the joystick to the headset, come on and play your part. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, a brand new world to chart. Now we're strapping on the goggles, worlds are virtual and bright. Stepping into new dimensions, bathed in neon light. The future's here, it's crystal clear, and everything feels right. Connecting past and present.
Welcome to Hangin' Out.
And through
Let's do this.
the night.
Is it switching? What's it doing? Switch. Hey. Hey.
Hey,
really
that was
need this.
awesome. I like that intro, man. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, I just thought, if we're going to have guests on, we should have the guest on there twirling around and acting like an idiot like me and Bart on there. So
Well, this phone's hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Guess what I'm doing tonight?
Yeah.
we're happy to have you.
Glad to be
Yeah.
here.
Did you hear when I fired up my phone onto your channel, Poe, to see if the chat and everything was working? And my phone was like on full blast. I'm like, panicking. Yeah, so welcome aboard, Phil. Good to see you. This is the first time Phil and I have actually spoken, other than before the show started. We've chatted, but we've never been on a show together where we got to speak.
I think I was on your show. For some reason, I remember being on your show once, but maybe not.
Yeah, on the show, you and I think Mike came on, Mike's Gaming Gala one time.
Was I there? Maybe
That I
when
don't
you guys
remember.
kicked me off. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
Was a while
It might
ago.
have been that you were going to be gone and you sent them a link or something. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
regardless,
either way.
I'm glad to be here.
yeah.
Nice fun tonight.
Yeah.
Just three old men that can't remember anything.
Right.
It's
There you
gonna be
go.
hard to beat last week's show, though.
Last week, the chat was on fire, and with the theme, there was a theme going on. I can't remember who started that, but they threw down the gauntlet, and it was pretty good. It was awesome. Yeah.
Had a good time.
So let's just quick rundown. I put some of these chats up there. The people that were here early. Kelly was here, of course. Crypto Coffee. Game On Forever saying it's
Hey,
post
the game
time.
freak.
Let's see.
I feel bad. I thought Game Freak canceled last night his stream because of the wind, and I didn't see that he updated and he was going to be back on. So
yeah, he says his next wife will be 2600.
He should get a 2600 plus. It's a newer model. You know, sometimes, you know, at my age, you kind of want the newer models of stuff. You know, I'll be 40 years this year for me, man.
Nice. Yeah. Kelly says, hey, Phil.
Hey, Kelly, what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Bliss is here. Man, my camera is right in front of where the chat pops up on the screen. But with my old man eyes, I can read it better there because it's bigger than over here. And I don't want to always be like this, trying to read. I got to move my camera a little bit. Sorry for the movement. But yeah, so I think that's everyone that's in the chat so far. So welcome aboard. I think the chat on the sidebar is working fine, so people can still read over there. It's a little chilly here. I got a sweatshirt on today.
It was cold for you.
We are at 55 inside here. That's because this morning though, it was 10 degrees here, so it was cold, and it's been a strange. You know, what are we 2 weeks in to this year? Almost, not even 10 days, 11 days. Today's the 11th, and the high, the split here in my town today was the coldest at 10 degrees. And just a couple of days ago, it was 76. So that's a pretty big spread for the first part of the year. But and that's not even counting the big Christmas Eve when it went from 30 in the morning to 80 in the afternoon, a 50-degree split in one day. But yeah, so it's pretty good. How's the weather up where you're at there, Phil?
Well, I live in the Cincinnati area, and it was kind of, I think this morning when I got out, it was in the mid 20s. And then as the day progressed, I think we got into the low 40s. But, you know, I'm retired Postal Service. I used to be what was called a letterbox mechanic, but there are no more letterboxes anymore. If you're lucky, if you can find one nowadays. But back in those days, I had to work out in all kinds of weather, replacing and repairing mailboxes on the street in the Cincinnati area. We had a lot of them back in those days. And before I started the Postal Service, I was frozen food manager, kept the freezer at a -10 all the time. And so I'm kind of used to the cold. I'd rather be cold than hot. It's easy to warm up. It's not easy to cool down.
Yeah, that's what I always said. You can always bundle up. You can put more layers on. But like in Arkansas, it would be hot and humid. I said, by the time you're standing underneath the air conditioner or the ceiling fan, you're butt naked. There's nothing else you can do. But if you're cold, you could throw another blanket on and get yourself too warm. But even 10 degrees this morning, this is what I wore. This is my jacket. So
I got a story. I after I became a letterbox mechanic, I became a building equipment mechanic. And so I was doing HVAC. And so I was in charge of the HVAC for the main plant downtown Cincinnati, and we had offices then. I think they're still there. I don't know. I've been gone for 4 years now, but that's where management and the office workers all worked. They had their own HVAC system. It was separate from the main plant, but so I had to make sure that they were taken care of. And so my boss said, they're complaining about the air temperature. Can you go check? So I went to where he said they were complaining. It was these two ladies. And if you're a lady watching that, I'm not trying to diss the ladies here. Excuse me. I had one telling me she's too cold and she's wearing a T-top. And the one that was sitting right behind her said she was too hot and she was wearing a sweater. So I told her, I said, why don't you give her your sweater and everybody be happy? You know, right. What am I going to do here? Right. What exactly do you want me to do? It's 70 degrees in here. I'm not going to cool it down, and I'm not going to heat it up. And we're going to stay at 70. And we're going to have to deal with it.
Beat them and heat them.
That's right. Yeah. Now, Poe, did it warm up at all for you? Because I know it was cold last week.
And then it got warm, and then we got up into the 60s, and then the wind started the other day, we're down in the 20s now, and everything's turned to ice, which is really bad. This always has to happen right before the drive Monday morning, it seems like. So, yeah, it's getting colder again.
Yeah.
I just put down some ice melt. So,
yeah. Part of the reason it's so warm in here at 55, it's 56 now. The computer's putting out heat, and it's 46 outside. But this trailer's been in the sun all day. It was cold today, but the full sun. There were no clouds, so that I knew that would help. But I'm still kind of wussing out.
Yeah, it's 38 in here right now, and 20 something outside. So,
yeah. He says he'd rather be hot. Played hockey for quite some time, and it killed my body. The heat is when I feel best. See, when I was a kid, I grew up in Phoenix, and then I lived in northern Arizona, and I used to say that all the time. Give me summertime, I'm not. But as I got older, I don't like it hot. I'm just miserable when it's hot. So, but yeah, I pulled this down without reading it. But Bliss is honestly one of the nicest guys to meet. He met at Torg a few years back. Always awesome meeting a fellow content creator in person.
You know what? I appreciate that. Anytime I meet somebody at these things, it's an honor, especially if I know it's someone who's been, watching or somebody that I've been watching. So that's much appreciated. Guess who's on? Is that Mike?
Yeah, I was going to say the chat just went downhill fast.
Oh, Lord.
The cast of Hanging Out just got a lot older. What did he say last week when Mike was here? It got better. The show got better or more classy because Mike was here. Now, and all you get, Phil, is that it got older.
Right. Welcome to my world. That's on every YouTube video I've ever been on.
Yeah, but it could. It's been older. Greg was on our show for a long time.
I don't know if he's much older than me. I turned 60 last year.
Yeah.
And, if I'd been born 8 months earlier, I'd be a baby boomer. I'm a Gen Xer, but I'm an early Gen Xer. So I may not look 60, but I may look more than that now that I had Botox. Did I tell you that story?
Yeah.
I had Botox for my headaches, and I thought it would work. It didn't work, but it made me quizzical.
Yeah. Wow.
You look a little evil.
So I got the smooth forehead, but still got the headache. So
oh, that sucks. Yeah, Greg's got a few years on you.
Does he?
Yeah. I think if he was born a few years later, he'd have been a boomer. What was the generation that was born in?
Weren't they just the greatest generation ever or something? I don't know, but
yeah, I think he was born in 1887. Was it?
No, he was in World War II. You know better than that.
He was on in World War II. He did the Riveter Rosie, or the Riveter thing. That's what Greg was doing. He was Rosie. We pick on Greg more that he's not on the show. Let's see what started all the shenanigans last time was the question of whatever happened to the Atari announcement that there would be some adult themed content. Then all the beat 'em. Yeah, that can. And once that beat 'em and eat 'em starts, sometimes it doesn't stop.
I have a podcast on Tuesdays called Retro Bliss Rewind, and Poe, he watches religiously, and so he gets on it. He's very good in the chat, and he starts chatting. Well, when we first started doing Retro Bliss Rewind, I would show the comments, but I wasn't sharp enough up here to proofread before I put them up on the screen. And I can't remember what was some of the things I actually posted on my channel, because I try to keep my channel at a PG level. And as soon as I popped them up, it wasn't PG. so Mike says, for Mike's Gaming Gala, he says, Phil, I'm doing the chat from now on.
Well, that's the beauty of doing the chat on our show. It doesn't matter. I'll put up every case in point. Yeah, I like peeing outside. It's easier to pee outside in the heat. No turtling from the cold. See, this is an educational program, so we can. Yeah, but let's say hello. A couple. OG Hugo's here. Good to see you.
Love his
Man.
controllers, man. You guys got to check out OG Hugo.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think the adapter is getting ready to be, that's getting worked on. I saw some stuff about that to plug in his controllers into the Sprint.
Yep.
I am excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Salvatore's here. Let's see. Mike's Gaming Gala says Greg is 69.
69.
Which
Yeah,
something he
that's,
hasn't participated in since 1969. Same age as his dad. And Mike's, he's admitting he sneaks post chats in still.
He does get him in every once in a while. I think Greg, he started gaming when Nintendo was in the playing card business.
Right. Right. Yeah.
The chat all depends on who your guest is too. If it's somebody that I don't know, and they're really knowledgeable on something, I try to be good the whole time. So.
Yeah. But sometimes you can't help yourself though.
Sometimes it's worth it. I know it's not going to be shown, but it's worth it to type it in, and then after the little delay, see Mike smiling real big because I know he just read the thing. So it's all worth it.
I read them too a lot of the times, and I'll go. I'm just like, oh Lord, here we go. Mike, don't put that up. Please don't put that up.
Yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Even watching the show, when I see what Poe says, it's like, oh, Mike's not going to put that one up because Phil will not allow that. Yeah. What do we got here? Well, Pierre's here.
Pierre's here. What's up, Pierre?
Hey, Pierre.
And a chat. You gotta love that though. When you're about to click a chat to bring it on the screen and someone else puts something, and then you get the chat you didn't want. But
yeah, that's happened to me a few times too. It's like I didn't want to click that. Right.
You end up putting up something that's really not good. But yeah, so everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. But yeah. So anyway, speaking of, you were talking about that you work for the post office and mail stuff. I got something in the mail this week.
You did.
It's not, Casey likes to do his mail call, and I got a mail call. I got a box. Came from, who did this come from? Some Retro Bliss. It says Retro Bliss on here.
I don't remember sending me anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some games in here. Phil was nice enough. He knew I had never had an Atari in my life. I got the 7800 Plus because they were on sale for $50 for like 10 minutes. And I managed to get one. What was it? It wasn't even the whole day, was it? On Black Friday.
Right.
Because I think it was just a couple hours after I bought mine that someone said, "Oh, it's back up to $79 or something."
Yeah, they did it twice that weekend, which was weird. Like I told you guys about it, and you grabbed it, and then the next day it wasn't there, and then I think the next Sunday it was up again, but it was real quick again. Because I think at one point I'm confused now. I know that Bliss has crapped out on him. So I let him know, and he ended up he had already grabbed one from Amazon, I think, and canceled it, and got the one from Woot after that.
Yeah. Yep. I have. Well, what happened was I was kind of rearranging my game room a little bit, and I plugged my 7800 Plus into the wrong power supply. It fried it, and I had to buy another one to replace it, even though I had a 2600 Plus. I wanted to have my 7800 Plus because I actually like that better, if I'm being honest.
Right.
And when you told me about it being so cheap on Woot, I thought, well, I better get it while I can. I probably won't open it. Hopefully I don't need to open it, but just in case at this price, I can't go wrong. I'm not going to lose any money on it. I could probably sell it for more than what I paid for it at some point. So, but yeah. But what happened was I found out Offgrid that Bart, since he wasn't an Atari guy, what I did was I took some of the doubles that I had and I tried them out on my 7800 Plus without cleaning them. And I'm going to tell you what you should do. I would suggest, but and they worked. And so I sent you, I think 10, 11, I don't remember how many I sent, some games. And so what I suggest is take some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip and clean the contacts at some point, just so you don't degrade your your console, because if you're transferring that dirt over time, it might be a problem. And a lot of these carts have, even though they work, they may have not been played for 30 plus years. So it's not going to hurt.
Phil may have given your 7800 plus an STD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, CTD, right? Cartridge transmitted disease. Yeah. So what I guess what we'll do is I will just grab games out of here because I don't know much about most games that came out for Atari. My neighbor had an Atari when I was young, but I didn't get to play it very much. So I don't know a lot about Atari. So probably, I'm guessing a lot of what's in here I will have heard of at best, and I probably haven't played them. So, and I got Phil and Poe up top because they're the gurus, and I will show a cartridge, and you guys can talk about them and tell me what I need to know or not know, or just talk about whatever. And Hugo says, "You dirty slot."
I think he put the wrong vowel in there.
Yeah, that might have been a typo. So I'm gonna set the box over here so I can for one night pretend I'm Poe and just reach down and pull out random games. And
he does. It doesn't matter. You won't tell him what you're going to talk about, and you'll mention the game. He goes, "Oh yeah, you mean this?
Right?
Oh yeah, you mean that?"
Yeah, when I say random, I mean it seems it can be brought up randomly, but he has the right game for it. It
exactly.
Can be. Remember that game they only made 2 copies of, and you had to live in North Korea and sneak it across the border. Pose like this one.
I took some things in, but really not a lot. I need to get more organized with that. But this one, I just can't take it in. It's got to stay right here.
Okay,
that's after show entertainment for Poe every week.
Right. Make sure to use protection. It's important to share. We got all kinds of tips for this. Remember Pong saying how it caught a CTD at Woodstock?
There should be a movie called Reservoir Tips instead of Reservoir Dog. That would be fun.
All right, here we go. I'm just grabbing. Do you want me to count these or let's see. There's 12 in here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, look at you went for the even dozen. Yeah.
11 of them are Pac-Man, so
we shall see.
All right. First one up. I got it. Oh, can you see it? That'll be the trick. Me getting it to focus and put it the right direction up. Space Invaders.
Oh.
Old school Space Invader cartridge too. That's not one of the new ones.
I was going to talk to you ahead of time about that, Bart, in case you got a Space Invaders. I wanted you to have a little trash can next to you just to piss off Mike's gaming yell and just drop it in there.
The story about that game is that I was back in 1977 when the 2600 came out. I got one. Most of you guys who know me know the story. And I had, bought games here and there. They were okay. But then when Space Invaders came out, it not only ignited my fervor for the console, it ignited the whole gaming industry because that's when they started licensing a lot of arcade games for these home consoles, and it just spun off from there. And I can't tell you how many hours and hours and hours I spent playing that game at home. It was so good. I mean, it wasn't arcade perfect, but for me, I enjoyed it enough. I got the gameplay feel of it, and so and there are a bunch of different options on there. If you play it on easy, your ship's small. If you put it on a difficulty A, your ship gets wide. That you're shooting, it's called a cannon that you're shooting from. Then you have like modes where the shields are moving back and forth. The shots are moving back and forth, coming down at you. That you can shoot with guided missiles, I think, is one of them. There's just, I think, how many? It says, I think the box says like 112 different game variations.
Yeah. See if it'll focus. It doesn't say on there.
Look in the middle there. There's 2 lines. it'll tell you, like, I think.
Oh, 1 to 16 is 1 player. 17 to 112 is 2 player. Is that what that's
112.
meaning? Yeah. So that's the number of games.
Yeah, it was definitely a game changer at the time. Everybody wanted that, and when that came out, what was it, Phil? 1980.
Yeah, it was 80 or 81. I can't remember. It was around.
Yeah, everybody. And I had friends that had Atari. I didn't have my Atari yet, but all of our friends had that. And even after we got our Atari, we didn't get Space Invaders till later. It was one of those things where one of my dad's buddies was getting rid of his kids' games or something, gave him a shoebox, and we had Space Invaders and Asteroids. I remember being in there, and football, Atari football with the television set football players running.
Yeah, that was not a sports game. They
Right.
I give them
Home
the
Run was in
effort
that
'cause
batch too.
there weren't really a lot of sports games on home consoles at the time. It wasn't great. The sounds were cool, but the gameplay was horrible.
I'll have to keep this one in mind. Ballistic's got good tips. Likes to play Space Invaders 2600 while standing on his head in a bowl of whipped cream.
Oh.
I do have a boxed sealed Space Invaders. It was after later on when they did the silver boxes, and that was actually just a gift to me from Willie from Arcade USA. He just such a cool guy. A couple of times there, he sent me and my son a box just for no reason with a bunch of stuff from his collection that he threw in there for us, and that was one of them. So,
Is that
Nice.
a Bandai Namco game? Who did Space Invaders? I can't remember. The reason why I'm asking is I wonder what would happen if Atari actually licensed that, since they licensed Pac-Man, they licensed Space Invaders and do like they did with the new version of Pac-Man and put Bob De Crescenzo's Space Invaders and this version of Space Invaders on the same cart. I think they would sell a ton of those.
right. Well, and I said that when they brought out, well, since we're talking
Here we
about
go.
things,
Here we go.
when they brought this out or announced it, I said they should be a Space Invaders one. I think with blue would be nice, black. And I've seen other people say that as well. So yeah, I would definitely. I was going to say I would probably buy it. Me, I would end up having it.
Yeah. I would probably buy it up until 3 minutes after it's announced, and then it would be for sure.
And then 7 months later, when everybody has theirs and I don't, I'll be complaining about it again. So.
Right. All right. Should we move to the next one?
Sure.
Let's see. Can I hold it the right direction this way? Casino. Yeah, I'm going to try to show it to the camera so I see it what it is on the screen. Now,
I'll be honest with this one. I'm sure I own a couple copies of it. I don't know that I've ever played it. I probably played it or turned it on just to make sure it worked, because that's usually what I do when I buy a lot of games. But yeah,
like I said, there's going to be some games in there of the 12 that are like yes, and then there's going to be a few that are going to be like huh, and that's one of those games.
Well, a lot of times Bart likes the hunt games, so
easy. Yeah,
he's the hunt gamer. That's his new channel.
That's it. That's it. I know nothing about that at all. At least I know what Space Invaders is. So that will be a new experience for me. Yeah. Anything else to say about it, or should we move on?
Well, Bliss looks a little froze up.
Did Phil freeze? Oh no.
Either that or he's just really happy right now. Yep.
Oh no. Oh, here he comes. Let's get him back in here.
It almost looked like the scene from Princess Bride, right? When the Sicilian's laughing.
I rebooted it. Yeah, I thought I had everything good. I don't know why we got disconnected there. I'll check my internet speed up here. Anyway, I was in the middle of saying something, and then it was like, where'd y'all go?
Oh, were you talking about Casino?
I was just going to say that's one of those games that I really haven't played. But I will tell you, any game that you don't have instructions for, you can find either on Atari 8 or even Internet Archives. It's archives.net or something. I can't remember. But yeah. So not much of a game. I like to play card games, spades, euchre, that kind of thing. But I'm not really played a lot of like blackjack and house games like Vegas or something.
I gotta block Mike off of Kelly's Discord or something because she's talking to him too much apparently.
Well, Matt is better than are you done yet? That's what I get.
There's
Michelle.
one sure thing. Now I will
Michelle.
I'll tell some secrets for people that don't know how our show works. If you're new to watching our show, if you want to make sure your chat gets up there, say something bad about me or Poe, because that will definitely get put up on the screen. It can be whatever you want. We're not going to shy away from it.
I got broad shoulders too, so there's already been a few about me. So
right. Let's see. Rec Room had the Atari 2600 in it. My friends and I would play running around with our bare feet or nasty socks. Boy, I almost misread that. And then lay down to play the Atari games on the dirty shag carpet. Nice.
Shag carpet, man. I remember my grandmother had that. And we just loved getting the static charge going and zapping each other in the neck and everything like that. So, yeah, the good old days.
my dad had a Chevy conversion van that had shag carpet in it. And I was going to say, too, we were talking about, paneling and all this stuff, the way things were back in those days. I had my parents would not let me play on the color TV because they said it would cause burn-in.
Yes.
So I had to buy me a little 13-inch black and white, and I played on that thing. I didn't even know what it was like to play a video game in color until after I got married. So,
yeah. Now, Bo, I don't know about your grandma's carpet, but I know I shagged your mom on the carpet a few times.
oh,
Oh.
pump.
But I'm pumped. I got a buddy of mine, Rob. Bo, Rob. He won that Nintendo thing. From someone. But he will throw out the most mom jokes ever. But he is definitely not a dish it out, I can take it kind of guy. You say anything about his mom, and he goes nuts about it. And it's hilarious because he'll say something, to his wife and say something about her, and she'll just fire right back. And he'll be, why would you say that about my mom? She is such a nice person. Like, dude, you just called her mom whatever. Well, yeah, she's nuts, but my mom is sweet.
He's obviously not from the hood.
Yeah, so
and you got to learn to. You learn it.
That sensitive,
At least in middle school, you learn. You can't let people see that these kind of things get you going, or else they just keep going with it. So
yeah.
Ballistic lost his swatch once in his past. Swatch. I haven't heard that word in forever.
Oh, go to Ballistic's channel. He shows the swatches.
So,
nice.
Speaking of swatch, didn't I see a Jeff Dunham somewhere where it said he said swatches were made in Switzerland? He goes, "What do they make in Croatia?"
Oh, yeah, I get it. That's pretty good. I got distracted by Ballistic's childhood memories here. I'm guessing maybe he could have been in his 30s. I don't know. Let's see. Got to be able to take it. That's what I tell your mom anyway. Yeah. I gotta say, last week when Phil threw out that 7-Eleven, and by the time I got to the end and the 89-cent Slurpees, I'm like, that might be the best comment I've ever read in my life.
I did that from memory too. I didn't look it up on the internet. I remember that one.
That was brilliant. Let's see. He has 200 swatches, and he was 18.
Oh, cool.
All right, here we go. Next one in the box.
18.
Which way?
I fell in love with my hand way before 18.
Look at that. That's Venture.
I remember buying that at the local Kmart. I saw it, and I had to have it.
Man, I had never played the arcade version, and that version has 2 levels. There's a game called Venture Reloaded, which is basically a hack with the added 3rd level that used to be for sale at Atari Age, but they don't sell it anymore. But that's a good game. It's only got the 2 levels, but it is a lot of fun. I've spent a lot of time playing Venture in my day, so it's one of my favorite retail games for the 2600.
Wow.
Yeah,
I look
like
forward to trying it then.
And you play as Winky, so you can't beat it. Winky. Well, you can beat a Winky, but might go blind in the process.
Nice. Let's see.
Oh, you're more advanced. Never mind, BC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mike's best comment was Derek telling Chat GPT when I watched the show. Wow. Yeah. I don't remember that one. I guess, yeah. I haven't seen Derek in a while.
I was thinking about him. I haven't been in touch with him, with me being kind of on hiatus because of my headaches and stuff. You know, he's my Discord admin, just like he's you guys' Discord administrator. And man, I was chatting with him all the time, and you know, he'd pop on my live streams all the time. And then as soon as I took a break with my shoulder surgery and then with my migraines and stuff, I shame to say I haven't really been in touch with Derek. He's a good guy, man. I miss Derek.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Really.
I'm pretty sure, and Poe, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Derek said in our Discord that he does miss hanging out with Phil, but he thinks Mike's Gaming Gala is a dick. So I think that could be what it is.
Well, I know when we started this up again there around Christmas, then he was visiting his mom in Pennsylvania, so I knew he was going to miss a few shows.
No, I was visiting his mom in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah. When he made the Beat 'em and Eat 'em game. Yeah, he did do that. I remember that. The Beat 'em and Eat 'em, but he replaced the characters. That Derek's a character. I think he's he's got his girlfriend now, and I think they kind of do like Mike, the Gaming Road Warrior. I think they do game nights on Sunday nights, and yeah. So I think that's we don't see him much. I still talk to him every once in a while on Discord, but not as often as I used to. But
I've never met him in person, but he seems very, very genuine to me.
Yeah, he is. He's a good guy. Yep. He's a good guy. Hey, hold on. Before I pull out the next one, Megantron is here. Says, hey, guys.
Hey, Megan.
Megantron. I like that.
Poe, did you put a commercial out for Megantron?
Oh, yeah. Megatron had a video out for Mario Brothers on the Atari 2600, so I thought, I definitely had to share that.
Yeah, I thought I saw that on there. I went and checked out. I'm a little behind because I didn't know who she was until last week when we were chatting a little bit in the chat on the show, and I went and checked out some of her Christmas videos last week. So that's cool. She's got some good stuff. So, oh Jesus, here we go. See, we got Mike started. Back to mom jokes. He's all excited. Ooh. We'll throw this one up and then we'll go to the next game. Your mom is so nasty. Last time I saw her, I called her Anne of the Gangrene Gables. Nice. That's nice. And,
if he tried to say that in the hood, they'd be saying, say what?
Enter it and splinter it. My friend's mom was one of the models. They made the sprite from Beat 'em and Eat 'em. All the devs know her, I guess. Wow. That's a story I don't know if I tell my friends. And Megantron says, thank you, Poe. Thank you, Poe. All right, here we go. Next one. This way.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
This
E.T.
There are many who think that game was a good contributor to the video game crash of 1983. Now, that game was produced in mass numbers, for Christmas, that the year it was released, to all the kids. So all these little kids that get the ET and they plug it into the console and they start playing and they're like, what do I do? I keep falling in the hole. I don't, blah, blah, blah. And so back in those days, if you didn't like a game or something, you could put it back in the box and take it back to the store and they would refund your money. And so all these games were being purchased in large amounts, and a lot of them were being returned in large amounts. And that's the one that was famously, it was put in a landfill somewhere. At least that's the story. But it's not a horrible game. It's really not, if you understand how to play. So that is definitely a game that if you decide to try it, you're going to want to read the instructions, because there are a series of things you need to do that you need to find. And you need to know what your objective is in that game.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, and definitely start out easy on it. Start out where you don't have the scientists coming after you and stuff, and work your way up.
Yeah, I watched. Who was it? Someone played. Is there a port for Intellivision?
Yeah.
Or someone was playing it, and I can't remember who. I feel bad. I was watching it not that long ago, and I know the famous, the infamous stuff about this game and the landfill story I've heard and all that, but I'd never actually seen the game. And someone was playing it, and I watched, and it's like,
yeah, that was a few years ago.
You got to know. Yeah, I see what you're saying, because whoever I was watching, they were like, yeah, you got to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just going to run around and not know what you're doing. And
right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I bought that Intellivision one. It was a homebrew that came out a couple years ago, 2.5 years ago. Actually, it was that video I made with Old Poe, and that was I made that video and then ended up in the hospital for a while. I don't know if the two have anything to do with each other, but I remember that was the last one I released there 2 years ago before I ended up being off from work for like 7 months. Could be it was ET's fault.
Megatron says it was the video game crash. And we got a whole slew of beat 'em and eat it variants. Grow it,
Howard Scott Warshaw, who wrote E.T., even wrote a book titled "How I Caused the Great Video Game Crash" or something. But he recognizes that it's not exactly his fault. It wasn't exactly his fault. What happened was Atari was they were releasing, the only ones releasing games on their console. And then when they took the guys off and some of their programmers left to form Activision, Atari sued them and lost, which opened up the door for third-party devs. Well, everybody and their grandmother wanted to get in on a piece of the action, so they would write these really bad games and flood the market. Well, back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have really magazines to speak of. All you had was the box art to look at and guess to see if you would like the game or not. And so people would buy these games, and then they take them home. And they see how bad they were, and then they over time, doing that over and over and over again, saying, "Why am I wasting my money on this?" And that guys like me, I moved on to the Atari 8-bit line. I bought an Atari 800 XL and played some games on that. But my main objective there was to teach myself how to program in BASIC. So I actually did that for a time. I actually was going to be a computer programmer. I majored in that in college for a while. But then I got married and started the post office, and the rest is history. So,
yeah, so my daughter just got home, so I wanted to make sure, see how the roads were and everything. So,
were you gone?
and this one wasn't right within reach, but it was over there. I saw Mike's gaming. Oh, look at that! Talking about there's sneak and peek right there. Yeah, games like this is why the game crash happened more than ET.
Yeah. They mentioned that one and Airlock, I guess.
Airlock. I don't think I have that. I think Dr. Scott, just bought that one at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. I think he might have even got it boxed there. I did see a few copies of it. It's a data age game, right?
I was at Korg's this past year, and I forget Gary. I forget his last name. Anyway, the guy who runs the thing, he had his own booth where he was kind of selling some stuff. There was a guy who had a complete in box copy mint. Chuck the Chuck Wagon from Purina. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was never for sale. You got it through sending proof of purchases into Purina. Well, it was a bad game, but that thing was worth it. I said, "This is worth $1,200, but I'll sell it to you for $700." And Gary was like, "Oh, okay." So he whipped out his wallet and started counting the money. And my wife was with me, and the whole weekend I spent $400, and she was like, and for one game, he's throwing his money out, and she's like, "What is going on?" I said, "It's collecting, honey. That's what it takes to be a collector." You sometimes
I have to admit, I bought that game too, but just the cartridge. But I think mine was more around the $70 range, and even that's a little far for. But it is what it is. It's part of gaming history, like you said. Collectors like that.
Yeah. But yet another example of how even Purina got in on it. Quaker Oats released games. They weren't they? Was that U.S. games? Poe wasn't that Quaker Oats?
I think so. Yeah, the U.S. game.
So they're and some of them weren't horrible, but a lot of them were just bad, like tax avoiders.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Frankenstein. How could you not be a fan? I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You mean
I saw it. Mike put it up there, but
Frankenstein?
Nice.
Bart, have you played Dracula yet on the Sprint?
I don't think so.
Give that one a try. That's a fun game.
Yeah, I'll have to try it. Is that
Magic, part of the 125.
Yeah, part of the 125. Okay, let's catch up on some of this chat. I know they were having a big old conversation, and then I'll pull out the next one.
Megantron, she asked a question about the Gemini.
Yeah.
Gemini was a clone system, and I think wasn't that made by that wasn't
Coleco. Yeah, Coleco made the Gemini.
Right?
Yeah. It was after
And,
they made the add-on, I think, for the ColecoVision, and so after they were able to do that, they said we're going to bring out an actual 2600 console as well. That was the Gemini.
That was another lawsuit that Atari lost.
Right.
But the thing of it is, Coleco, they actually reverse engineered the console and then it made the add-on for their system in order for people to, and they were able to advertise it too. Hey, you can buy our system, but you can keep all your current games and you can just buy new games from us. And it kind of worked for a while, but.
Ballistic has Gemini controllers, or are they remotes? Casey's not here, or he'd say Old Man Poe called them remotes on accident, or something to that effect. She said played the Atari 2600 cartridges. And let's see, Ballistic says he likes the design of the Sears Video Arcade too, but I hate the controllers it came with. That was our first 2600. And all right. Yeah, they were talking up there about a lot of stuff that has scrolled off the screen. And they were having their own discussion, so I think they all read it. All right, let's go to the next game here and see what we got. I pointed it at myself. This is Vanguard.
Vanguard. That's a fun one.
This is a game I'm familiar with. Never played it on Atari, but
it's a shooter.
Yeah.
It's a shooter.
I love that game, actually, Vanguard.
Okay.
The versions I've played. I've never played it on the 2600, so that will be interesting. I think that's a great game.
And that has one of the most iconic Atari commercials from back in the day with Luther destroying the Gauntlet at the end, the big jock.
Oh,
Who destroys the Gaunt? He walks. You see his shadow coming. He comes in. They say, Luther destroys the Gaunt. Then he blows it up and then laughs like an idiot.
Yeah.
Look it up. You'll love the commercial.
Yeah, let's see. They actually won the lawsuits against Coleco. A lot of folks mix up Activision Coleco suits. Yeah, I don't know. And the stuff that scrolled by apparently was just shit talking my mom. So that's all right. She doesn't watch the show, so it's okay.
So, Mike, did they win the lawsuit on the Gemini and the add-on, or just one of the two?
I think once they won with the add-on, that's when they said, "Screw it, we're bringing out a standalone as well." And that's when
where they lost was the standalone. Because Mike's saying that
I think they lost, but it was overturned, right? I can't remember. There's so many stories like that.
Yeah, let's see. Megatron never played Vanguard.
Try it out. If you're a 2600
Yeah,
fan,
that's
it's
a fun game.
worth trying out.
Is the Amador commercial with the gorilla and paint rollers?
I remember that.
Mike replicated that commercial in his Vanguard review. Yeah, I was going to say, Ballistic had asked Megatron if it was her first, the Gemini. She said, yeah, when they burned out the 2600 playing Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is one of my favorite games of all time.
A lot of people say they don't like it, but I played that a lot.
Yeah, now I've never played it on the Atari, so I don't know how it is on the Atari 2600, but the arcade game cabinet, man, that's one of my favorite of all time. So, all right, let's see what's next. We're almost halfway done. This will be 6. Number 6 is Blurry and Upside Down.
Shark Attack.
Shark Attack.
Oh, Shark! I'm not even sure if I have Shark Attack. I can't grab it here for you.
Look, I got all kinds of games Poe don't have. You're not a real collector like me, Poe.
Right.
When you get a collection like mine, you'll have games like this. I don't know anything about this game.
Let me tell you about where I got these games from. Mike knows the story, but my son lives in Jacksonville, and he works at a church down there. And there was a lady in the church that needed help moving, so he was helping her move, and they go up to the attic or whatnot, and she said, "Oh, look, I got all this stuff. What is all this?" And he goes, "Man, this is all like old video game stuff. My dad has a channel doing that stuff." She goes, "Oh, you want it? Here." She gave it to him, and he's not the kind of guy. He's a gamer, but he's playing Fortnite and Call of Duty and Medal of Honor and that kind of stuff. He's not into the pixelated goodness that is Atari. So he's just like, here, boxes of stuff, boxes. And I go back down last year for vacation. He said, "Oh, she found some more stuff." And I thought I was going to have to rent a trailer to drive home and put some of the stuff back. So that's where some of those games came from. It was given to me. It didn't cost me anything. So I like, you know what? I'm going to pass the love on to somebody who might get some enjoyment out of it. If nothing else, just to say they tried it.
Nice. And here's a little tidbit. The Atari 400 controller works great on the Sprint. So,
he's talking about my mom. Oh no, that was Ballistic's talking about my mama.
Where's that at?
I think
is it still on the screen or did it roll off?
It's still on the screen.
Oh, yeah, I see. Because they were talking. Here's probably as a, and then this is the follow up. Megan,
I'm gonna be real nice only because it's BCB. If you were Mike, we would have to change the whole format of the show. So
right. Megan says we can call her Megan, but I don't know. Okay. Now I'm just used to saying Megantron, but yeah, she's a big super fan of the Transformers.
Nice.
And Megantron just works for her.
I like it. My niece's name is Megan. I'm going to try that on her.
Nice. Excellent. Let's see. Mike's Gaming Gala did say Shark Attack is solid. So, yeah, I don't know anything about it. So that'll be my first, when I pop it in there, that will be my first experience with it. So, all right. So we're halfway done. Tune in next week for the second group. Let's go ahead and I'll pull another one out.
Well, go ahead.
Did you have something you want to say first?
Ballistic for a minute.
Okay.
Ballistic says he's sure that my wife is an exceptional angel, and she is. She has to be, and that my mom is probably a saint. Yep. Putting up with me.
Yeah. Probably. Okay, here we go.
Air Sea Battle.
Oh yeah.
That game, that's a colored cartridge, but the original one was just a red label, or it was a black label with red letters on it, and it was the packing game for the Sears Telegame version.
Yeah.
And that's what I got when I grew up. I got the Telegames version. I always thought, you know what? I got gypped. Everybody, all my friends got Combat, and I got Air Sea Battle. And now that I've back into retro gaming, and as much as I like Combat, don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing Combat, but I think Air Sea Battle is actually the better game and has more variety to it. Although Combat has a lot of variety to it too. So that's a good one. I had a lot of nostalgia for that game right there.
That would be a good 2-player Tuesdays for you and Kelly.
Definitely
Right.
For 2 players. You definitely want to play that for 2 players.
Yeah, I'm trying to work into where I can talk Kelly into doing I got to find out if I can get my laptop to live stream. I don't know if it can. I always live stream from out here in the arcade trailer. If I can get my laptop to handle live streaming, I was thinking, maybe 2-player Tuesday. Well, now, of course, I got to see what Casey's doing. But Casey was talking about doing live gameplay before your guys' show on Tuesday nights. If not, if he doesn't do that, maybe I'll do some 2-player Tuesday with Kelly, and that'll be a lead-in up to you guys. Because
that'd be great.
Yeah, because 2-player Thursday doesn't have the same feel to it. But
doesn't have that ring.
Doesn't have that ring. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Which freshly released criminals are we having next week? I don't know. Will you be released from jail by then? Maybe we'll have you on.
I'll have you know I got out early and I have taken my medication.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time I was at a convention, didn't have a booth. I made my own mobile booth, and it was called Joystick in a Box. He was asked to leave. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Let's see. Sears gave him a free game with the Video Arcade 2. Jed chose Steeplechase. I was so bummed. I wanted Asteroids. I played that for 3 months.
Asteroids is an amazing game. Such a good game.
And Ballistic asking the questions everyone wants to know about the Joystick in a Box. Hope it came with moist towelette and a spit bucket. Let's see. Steeplechase for a kid is fun for about 5 minutes.
A fun fact, Steeplechase was a Sears exclusive. It was never released in retail stores at all. That was one of the few games that Sears had, and yeah, it gets boring quick. But if you're playing somebody, even if you don't know how you did, if you beat somebody, you're like, yeah, I beat you. But other than that, I agree. It's all right. There's people who love it, and I'm not disrespecting that, but yeah.
All right. Oh, Chaos popped in. Hey, Chaos, how's it going?
Chaos.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Next one from the box is Blurry. Towering Inferno.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
That's one of those games from Quaker Oats.
Really?
That's not it. No, it's not. I'm wrong. Is that say U.S. Games? Yeah, it was. Quaker
Yeah,
Oaks,
U.S.
yeah.
Games.
All right.
I was trying to get the end thing there, and then it always switches to My Ugly Mug. But yeah, so what's the gist of this one?
I have not played that one a lot, but you basically have to rescue people. Am I right, Poe? Is that how it works?
It's a tower, and then there's an inferno.
Oh,
and put the fire out. I said put the water out. Yeah, put the fire out.
There's a tower and an inferno. They should put that on the cover somewhere.
That's how I used to do my book reports in school too.
Let's see what we got here. There's some more steeplechase. Chaos is finally chilling. Here's a tower inferno. Never had it as a kid, but I like it much better than Firefighter. Great game, says Mike. Yeah, cool. I am looking forward to it. Oh, I'm looking forward to all these. Although I guess I have to study up before I try ET. So
definitely you're gonna read one. You're gonna, for your sake, do it. Read the instructions.
Towering Inferno is the title, the name of Mike's Gaming Gala's autobiography. Nice. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Ballistics capping on Mike.
Yeah, it's
might have
come
back and forth cap session here.
Right. All right, here we go. So number 9.
Oh, Frostbite.
What? Frostbite, man. Mike's gonna go crazy right now.
No, he accidentally sent you that one. You gotta send that one back.
That reaction, I was like, he was like, whoops. So
that one I actually probably could have sold for something, but I didn't care. I didn't pay anything for it. That is fun. That's I'm not great at it because I need to practice more and probably read the instructions more on that. Mike, the few times I've played that on the channel, Mike's on there, I frustrate the heck out of him because I'm playing it all wrong, and he's a Frostbite expert. He gets all bent out of shape. No, and he'll start putting all caps. You're doing it wrong. You got to do that. Oh, see, all caps. He did it again. He's on the screen, all caps. See what I mean? Yeah. So,
well, I got distracted a little bit because Megan puts in here ET is difficult, and then she corrected it. I was like, yeah, throw that out there, and then she corrected it. It was just a typo. Yeah, and yeah, here it is, all caps. Frostbite is awesome. Yeah. So what's the gist of it? What's the goal in this thing?
So I don't know what your character's name is. You start on the frozen shore in the Arctic, and your job is to build an igloo before the time runs out or before you get hit by various things like birds and that kind of stuff. And so and then if you advance, then on the shore is a polar bear sometimes, so you have to avoid, if you try to go back to the shore, because you have to go out onto the ice on the water to collect your ice cubes, and then you have to go back to the shore to build your igloo, and then go back forth, but then the bears come out, and then you're like, oh, I got to avoid the bears and build the igloo at the same time. So
think Frozen Frogger.
It's like a reverse Frogger almost, because you're
that like reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, actually, when I was looking at the little screenshot on there, I was thinking, is it Froggerish? But I can't tell exactly. But cool. Well, it's got a lot of people saying in the chat that it's a good game, so I am looking
another
forward
thing
to it.
do, for those of you who don't know, Mike, who's in the chat right now for Mike's Gaming Gala, he does a lot of mini reviews for Atari retail games, and I'm sure he's done Frostbite. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he has, though. So any one of these games, your first inclination might be to check out it's just a short. It's like a mini review. It's less than a couple minutes, even if that. But he talks about the game, what the object of the game is, and how to succeed at the game. So that's a good source if you want to find out and watch somebody play without spending a lot of time.
And if you need help finding Mike's Gaming Gala's channel, there's a link in the description below to his channel, as well as Phil's channel, and every one of my videos and all of our live streams. We have a group of channels that are on there, and Mike's Gaming Gala is on there, and and so is Phil, and so if you want it, I have done that with Mike's Gaming Gala with some of the games that I'm seeing for the Sprint. I'll find stuff that he's done, but as soon as I got the Atari, I was going just kind of binge watching Mike's shorts on these different games, and so very informative.
I like when he says "min-e review" more than "me review," but that's just me.
Right? Yeah. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel. So he's done all of these, and that's just not the title of his porn career.
Well, when he's doing the mini review, I thought he was trying to sing a song, but he's epileptic. But I wasn't sure what was going on, but yeah. So.
Nice. All right, here we go. Next on the list is
there it is.
There's a game people are familiar with.
Now, let me give you a hint. Remember what I'm about to tell you, Bart. Okay.
Okay.
Did you play this in the arcade?
Yeah.
Did you play Asteroids in the arcade?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. To get about the closest experience to the arcade, go to option 12. Now, option 12 is what's called shields. You have hyperspace where if you pull back on the joystick, you disappear and then you reappear. But the sprites are so big. I played this the other day on the channel, and somebody likened it unto the self-destruct mode. Because as soon as you try to hyperspace, your sprite's so big that in many cases you're going to die. But if you have a shield, if you pull back, you have like 2 seconds, 3 seconds of shield, and if you have to let go. If you don't let go soon enough, then you'll explode there too. But the asteroids will go through you while your shield is up.
Okay.
So and if you don't what happens is on the easy, you have asteroids going up and down the screen like this on this side, and up and down the screen like this, and you still start that way. But if you put it on option 12, when you shoot them and you break them into pieces, then the smaller pieces, instead of going up and down, they start they're more of got a greater angle to them, which is more similar to the arcade experience. Otherwise, all you have to do is turn to the right and left and just shoot, because then they're not going anywhere. And you want to make sure that your difficulty switch is set to A, because then the UFOs will come out. If your difficulty switch isn't on A, then the UFOs won't come out. So option 12, difficulty A. That's the only way I play Asteroids, really. That's the best way to play, in my opinion. Now, Ballistic, he's played a lot of Asteroids in his day. He may not play like that, but that's how I do.
Yeah,
Asteroids is a lot of fun.
Old Poe said he had Asteroids once, but he put some of that cream on it and took care of it.
I always thought when you got the red asteroids, I always thought they looked like barbecue potato chips. So fat me loves that. So
yeah, I'm very familiar. Matter of fact, when I was growing up in Phoenix, down at the 7-Eleven, besides the Slurpees, they had a Space Invaders cabinet there. And then when they took that cabinet out, they brought in an Asteroids machine. And that was the only place that had video games. I say video games, but they only ever had one at a time. That was within walking distance of my house when I was a kid. Let's see. Well, Ballistic says, again, Poe's mom gets dragged into stuff for no apparent reason.
My mom is a saint.
Come out of your mama each night. Mike's Gaming Gala is wearing Ballistic Coffee Boy's mom right now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
It scrolled up. Let's see. Megan says she played a lot of Asteroids back in the day, both arcade and Atari. Timeless.
And I think that Bliss got a special BD Retromods controller for that, didn't you? But Bliss, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Asteroids, like I said, I'm old. When the American version of Asteroids, the early ones, there were no joysticks. It was all buttons. So you had on your left hand, you had turn left and turn right. And then in the middle, you had thrust, move forward. And then on the right side, you had fire and hyperspace. And so it was all button based. And so Brian, our buddy at BD Retro Mods, shameless plug on another channel, by the way, made me this controller, and he actually sells this if people want to buy it, and it's all button based, and it's laid out the exact same way. It's a little bit smaller scale than the arcade cabinet. It's not as wide as the cabinet, but the button configuration is the same, and it's a great controller for games like that. But it's also for like Space Invaders and stuff, and it works on the Plus units. So if you want to play Asteroids Deluxe or some of those other games like that, it's a really good controller for that as well.
Well, I found the Asteroids cartridge, but where's that controller? It's not in there.
I didn't put it in there. Oh,
dang! Man. I know you meant to. I know I did. It's the thought that counts.
It's in the mail.
Yeah. Mike's game. See, anyone's fair game. He has the BD Retro Mods Deluxe controller, same controller as the other one, but Brian's mom delivers it naked.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Yeah, with all these.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
With all these shameless plugs, we might have a power outage. Might all be plugging into Ballistic's mom. I don't know what's going on. Jeez.
You guys.
Got to throw one in every once in a while. Here we go. Next on the list is
Combat. We talked about that.
You got to have that.
And I realized earlier, it's not to detract from when you were asking me if I played Asteroids, I realized I had the box cover and I was nodding when I was you're like, have you played Asteroids? I'm nodding with my head hidden behind them.
Yeah, we couldn't see you respond.
Yeah,
but Combat is a 2-player game for sure. You're going to want to have Kelly play with you on that.
Yeah.
So, and then
you'll have a ton of fun.
Variations. If you look on the front, it tells you have tanks and you have biplanes and you have regular airplanes, and I forget what all the other options there are, but I think there's like 20. I want to say 27 games, but I don't
27.
know for sure.
You're right. Tank. It says 1 through 5 are tank, 6 through 9 are tank pong, 10 through 14 is invisible tank. 15 to 20 is biplane, and 21 to 27 is jet fighter.
Yeah. There's a lot of variation with that game, and that was the packing game for the original 2600, actually called VCS at that time. And it's a classic. People love that game, and it's a great 2-player game. It is awesome for 2 players.
Yeah, getting our Atari that year with 4 of us kids there, that was a great thing to have Combat there. So
yeah.
Hey, Poe, that was a good time, a good call to talk all the crap about Casey in the first hour. Because
he didn't hear that.
He's here now. So it should be safe. But
that was rough.
Oh, wait.
I almost had to get off of here after all that. I couldn't deal with that.
He's going to catch up tomorrow. So, sorry, Casey.
Better catch up, you butt pirate.
Mike started it all. We were just trying to defend you against Mike.
Right. We were having a nice chat, and then Ballistic and Mike came in, and they made it foul mouth and filthy.
Yeah. Megan played this one.
This is a G show.
Combat is one that I have played in the past because, of course, my neighbors did have Combat because it came with the thing. But, yeah, I think I only played over at my buddy's house with their 2600. We were kids back in the day when you'd go in the house and the parents were like, go outside. What are you doing? And we'd be like, we're in Phoenix. It's 187 degrees and my shoes just melted. But so I think that was the problem. They didn't like us kids hanging out in the house. They wanted us to go out and play. And so I just didn't get to play it much. So let's see. Chaos said, I was the only one that was good with the giant bomber airplane because you need to know how to set up your shot. We got another mom reference. Game 22 is Mike's Gaming Gala's mom in a pea slide. Wow. They're getting good. They're getting good. All right.
Man, I didn't know BCB was capable of
and we got a bunch of people saying hello, hello, hello. And let's see, what do I got here? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. There's only one left.
There's only one left, and Poe, he skedaddled.
Poe left, so
He left us, yeah.
let's
All
see.
right.
That's all right. Let's see what we got.
Wait a minute. Look at all the people jumping on now.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah. Poe leaves
Poe
and
left, so
everybody
everybody
shows
jumped
up.
on. Yeah.
We shot up to 187 people. It'd be like that show Casey did the other day when he got like 100 members because people kept gifting, and he's
Isn't
like,
that
"Man, now I
something?
got to read all those off."
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Sarah's here.
Hi, Sarah.
See her a lot on some of the other channels that I watch. Good to see you here. Poe's back, so hopefully.
There went the radio.
Yeah, no one in this house ever wants to talk to me unless we're doing our show. Then all of a sudden we need to talk about this.
You know, it's funny that when we were talking about the 100 people showed up all of a sudden because Poe left. Was that what show was that? Poe, was that last week's show or was it the show before when my
2
subs
weeks
went
ago.
nuts?
And not only that, but I think we had like the most viewers, like
Yeah,
according to the count, you know.
we had someone showed up in our chat that we didn't recognize, and they mentioned something about my sub count, and my sub count went up by over 100 during that stream, and then by the next morning it settled back down where it was.
Yeah, so we're like,
I'm guessing they were just messing around, or I don't
100
know.
subs when at the time I think live we had like 30-something people watching us. I didn't know how it happened.
I got to put this one up here real quick. Sarah, send Mike an email. You won a ROM package yesterday. We don't want you to miss that message. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, congratulations.
Sarah said I can have that. Sarah said
Yeah.
you just sent it to me, Mike.
Yeah, when Mike was doing his big giveaway, I won a training session with my boss. Because right when he started spinning the wheel, my boss came in, and so I couldn't just be like watching my phone while the boss is there. He's like, "We need to do." They're in a tizzy right now because the hotel's getting an inspection this week. So not only do they got to make sure the hotel's all set up for that, but all of our training stuff has to be done. And they decided this weekend to tell everybody what training they were missing. So it's hilarious. So, but yeah, Casey's 100th episode is tomorrow night.
Oh yeah,
8
I'm
p.m.
going to be
Eastern.
on there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he wanted to come on, so then he called me. So I said, sure, I'll pop on for a little bit and be on the
it's going to be fun.
100th episode.
Yeah. Poe, you're going to be there too, right?
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Fun is my Chinese neighbor's middle name. Okay.
All right. Let's go to the last. This is the last one. Let's see what we got. Upside down.
Conky Donk.
Oh, you forgot that.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
You'll love
Nice.
this version. You play as a little Mario, and you're taking on a gingerbread man that's throwing honeycomb cereal at you. Sorry, Bliss. Didn't mean to say that word.
Freudian slip.
Nice. I have not played the Atari version of Donkey Kong.
I think that was the first version of it I ever actually played. We didn't have any arcades around, and so we had that game.
Dan Kitchen wrote that. Yeah, he was on our podcast last year, and I asked him because there had been speculation because at the time Coleco had licensed that from Nintendo so that they could put it on their console, and some people have always thought that Dan Kitchen wrote a worse version of Donkey Kong on the 2600 on purpose so the Coleco vision would sell more. But Dan said that was not the case. He said it was all about the limitations of the console and the limitations of the I don't know if it's a 2K or a 4K, but they wouldn't let him go over whatever he was allotted. And he said that he could have done a little bit better had. Oh my God. I'm all right now. I'm sorry. I got flustered there for a minute. He's just Dan Kitchen Gary. Did I say Dan Kitchen? Gary Kitchen. Sorry, it was Gary Kitchen. My bad. Gary Kitchen.
Isn't it 2 hours?
Yeah, it was just limitations for the console, and that's the only reason. So,
hey, but look, Mike was. I said, "Hey, look," and my Google speaker just dared to answer. Mike's correcting you and typoed in his correction, so that's classic.
You see how he does all caps?
Yeah,
it's like he doesn't trust me to look at the chat for some reason. I don't know why.
I think Gary has 2 hours in his name.
I'm always in the chat. I'm always responsive.
Oh, and if he's going to capitalize it like that in a correction, he might as well just add the word fucker at the end. Gary Kitchen. Fucker.
Do it too. Now he's going to do it.
Hey, Obsidian.
Yeah, Obsidian's here. He's making dinner. Phil, this question's for you. Megan wants to know, honey, what?
Honey nut Cheerios?
Honey nut.
Or honey kind
of,
right.
That's kind of what you said, honey nut. You can't eat that. You can't eat that cereal in November, I think. I don't know how that works. This segment is brought to you by Coke Zero Cherry.
And another great commercial back in the day, Honeycomb with Andre the Giant. I don't know if you remember that commercial.
I remember him being on TV a lot, but I don't remember the commercial. He was awesome though.
Yeah.
He it didn't matter who he was fighting. They would hit him and he'd just stand there and then just like grab him by the head, slam him down.
You ever
Stop
see that?
rhyming, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut? Come on.
They'd come at him and he'd hold his hand out. He'd hold his hand out like that and it'd be and
his head would cover their whole head.
Yeah.
You ever see that picture with Arnold Schwarzenegger standing between Andre the Giant and Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah.
He looks like he's 12.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And Arnold has a funny story where I don't know if you guys heard this. Andre the Giant would hook him up with tickets to the wrestling stuff, and Arnold wanted to take him out to dinner, and Andre's like, "No, I'm going to pay." And he said, Andre just picked him up and set him on a counter.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got some Mike's Gaming Gala comments. Honey nut all over BCB's mom's face. But Bust-a Nut Cheerios.
It's a honey of an O.
See, this is what everybody this is what people had tuned in for right here. This is the segment.
This is it. Fruity Pebbles all down your mom's blouse. Megan's she's not even sure. Here's another kicks all down your mom's legs. Sorry, Megan. That goes for everyone. It's all right. She says, no, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. We are known for our PG chat at this channel.
Long gone are the days of chivalry and being a gentleman. They're not. If you want that, you come to the wrong place.
Yeah. PG on our channel means pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Long gone.
Yeah. Oh my! Casey's getting in on it. Wait a second. What's this? He's just Ballistic's mom sure is busy, according to Mike.
He's
Mike-
getting in on it, but not really. He's still blaming Mike in this
Yeah.
whole thing. So.
Well, Mike, in his defense, Mike does throw her the most business.
Oh,
She has Mike's credit card right in their Rolodex. He just
I try to be. I'm friends with BCB on Facebook, so I've actually seen pictures of his family. So I just try to stay out of it. They're very nice people. So.
it's like when you go on Jerry Springer for the final thought segment and end up with an hour of baby mama battles. PG my ass, says Meg. I hate that when you go to click how long you think it didn't go.
Bart, you didn't have anything to say. PG my ass.
PG my
I'm gonna
ass.
put an E in between there.
Oh, yeah. Peg my ass. I thought, isn't that what Al Bundy would say to his wife? Peg my ass.
Peg
Yeah.
Bundy.
Should
I
watch
try to
back.
behave myself live, guys. I have tried to behave myself. My face is on here now. I got to be careful.
Yeah, but this is it right here. This says everything about last week's chat. The funniest part, Phil started all of this.
Oh wait, Casey's mom is only in her 60s. Hey, how you doing? Cougar.
What was the one I forgot to put up last week about Mike's mama? Like she's like birthday cake. Everybody gets a piece.
Wait, Mike's mother has a milk mustache. Wait, that's not milk.
That's the body good.
Oh,
man.
This is classic. Michelle has a mustache. It's probably from you, Casey.
Oh Lord.
Dirty Sanchez. That's so funny because the Gaming Road Warrior said Dirty Sanchez when we were playing golf on my live stream. And he came back later and apologized to us because he didn't know what that meant. And he looked it up because we were laughing so much about it. He's like, I'm sorry I said that.
That's a true story. Yeah, I was laughing half at that he said it, but just that he said it, you know. It's
Right.
kinda like last week when Phil threw out the 7-Eleven joke. It was funny, but it was even funnier because it came from Phil. And when Mike said that, Dirty Sanchez, it was like, wow, Mike's just throwing. And then later on, he's like, dude, I looked that up. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, geez, they're still going. See, I get worried when Mike's chat get longer. That explains why I was able to get your mom's ankles over my shoulder, Casey. She's still flexible. Oh.
Yes, we are off. We've been off the rails for about 10 minutes now.
Megan's friend is looking at her like, why are you laughing so hard? Oh. Casey, as long as he's not the one with the mustache. Oh, this one might be gonna count Chocula. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Nothing about Booberry.
Wow, this is taking a turn. So anyway, back to the Atari collect. Thanks, Phil. First and foremost, thank you for hooking me up.
That is awesome.
If you
That
get
is amazing.
5 minutes of enjoyment out of all that, it'll been worth everything just to send it to you. Because I was blessed to get what I got, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not what because you can ask Poe if you get on Marketplace or whatever, you look at game lots for 2,600. You can get these games dirt cheap anyway. And my wife, she's like, you need to box that up and sell it, make some money. I'm like, I'm not gonna make a whole lot of money on these, but if it can give somebody some enjoyment and some fun, to me, that's payment enough. So have some fun with that. Let me know how you like them.
Yeah.
Let me know how you don't like them. Everybody's got their opinions on, and there were a couple turds in there, But for the most part, there's some entertainment in that.
Yeah.
Box. So yeah, just
Well,
like I said though, I would definitely consider cleaning the contacts before you start using them on regular but I did test them all. So
yeah, and I'm glad. One thing I'm glad of is Kelly and I went on a trek all over El Paso a couple weeks ago, or last week. Was it last week? The week before? I don't know. I had a doctor's appointment early in the morning. Then we drove all over El Paso looking for anyone that had 2600 cartridges. And the second to last place we went said, if you're looking for 2600 cartridges, you're going to have to go to this guy. If anyone has them, it's this dude. So we drove over there after lunch, and it was right next to the VA clinic where I started my day. Right next to it. But it was down the road about a mile. But we were all the way on the other side of town, went back over there, and I picked up Keystone Capers and what's the fishing one? Poe?
Fishing Derby.
Fishing Derby.
Both
And
Activision games and both great games. Great games.
And I was like, I'm just going to risk it that these are not going to be in that box because I knew you were sending me a handful. I didn't know exactly how many, but I'm like, this guy had them, and I picked them. I played Keystone Capers and on my Raspberry Pi. So I was like, man, this game is a lot of fun. And that guy, when I bought them at that store, he cleaned the contacts. And then I told Poe, I'm like, man, I'm having trouble. The Fishing Derby wouldn't work at all. And he's like, re-clean them. so I cleaned them again, and now they're working great. So that guy did not do a really good job cleaning them, I guess.
And for whatever reason, it seems like the Plus systems are a little more sensitive to that than the original hardware. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something about Fishing Derby. You had mentioned last week that you didn't know that you had to press the button to reel the fish in.
Yeah.
There's also something there if you're playing either against a computer or somebody else. If your opponent has a fish on their hook before you get yours, you can't reel it in until they've reeled their fish in. You can press the button, but that fish will not get reeled in. So you got to be mindful of that and where the shark is.
Right.
So, you can press the button all you want to, and you can actually latch onto the fish, but you can latch onto the fish, but you cannot reel the fish in until your opponent has actually reeled whatever they have on their hook. Otherwise, you can just, if your opponent doesn't have anything, you can reel them in as many times as you want. So, but yeah, there is a limitation there.
Yeah. So if someone hooks the fish, but they haven't reeled it in, and then you hook it, the first person still has to reel in first?
Yeah, they have to get it off their hook before you can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was being a total idiot, and I was like, well, you can pull the joystick down, and it'll make the string go down, or you can pull it up. So I get a fish on, I'm just pushing up to pull it up, and it's going up real super slow, and then the shark came over, and then Kelly's just nailing that button. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, how are you catching these things so fast? And she beat me like 9,872 to 4. And I'm like, I don't even know what's happening.
Another thing too, you like Keystone Capers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have did you get a 7,800 or 2,600 plus? I couldn't remember what you
78.
said. Okay, you got 78. It doesn't really matter, but I will tell you this. There's a version that Opcode Games, our buddy Eduardo Mello from Opcode Games sells a game called Keystone Coppers, and it's a 7,800 game, and it's the same game, but it's different. The sprites are different. You can start at different levels. The enemies in the game are different. The elevator that you can go up and down, it has a dial on the top so you can tell if it's going up or down. You can't get that in the original 2600. So you can use that as a little strategy. Should I wait on the elevator, or is it going to take too long and just keep running? So,
I think that's actually the reason why Bart wanted it for the 26. I think he watched when I played Coppers on my channel.
Yeah, it's awesome. I would recommend it if you like Keystone Capers, Keystone Coppers. It was written by Lewis Hill, but and it was sold at Atari Age. But after they got all their ports out of there, Eduardo Mello and Lewis Hill they've collaborated, and you can get it from Opcode Games now. And it's
Yeah, a lot of those games should be back in 2026 that were sold out, like Popeye and all those.
yeah.
Ballistic said he likes the 5200 version with the special stylized elevator doors.
Yeah, it looked cool on the 5200.
It's very similar to the 52. The Keystone Coppers does look a lot like the 5200 version. There are some similarities.
The ColecoVision just has those almost pastel colors that the ColecoVision is known for.
Yeah.
Love it on every system. It's a fun game.
Yeah. So I got those 2 games, and then Poe sent me that game. And I got the one that it came with. So I had 4. So these 12 is making my collection quite a bit bigger.
And that's the thing. I ordered you that Poseidon's Gate, Rescue from Poseidon's Gate, before I saw you guys were enjoying Keystone Capers so much, or else I probably would have got you Casey's Gold, instead of Poseidon's Gate. So,
yeah.
Yeah, because that was kind of a sequel. That's considered a sequel to Keystone Capers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that one you got though. That Poseidon. That it's hard though. I suck at it, so I make it look harder. So I don't know how hard it actually is, but it's difficult when I
think all the Audacity games are pretty tough. So.
I have Poseidon's Gate, and I got the collector's version so I could get the ROM and whatnot, so I could play it on the channel. Even though now that I have the 2600, 7800 plus, I could still play it on the channel with the cartridge in high definition. But I've not with my headaches and all the stuff I've been going through. I've not played it yet. I honestly have not played it yet. I'm behind on that. I really need to play that game.
Well, yeah, I think the only reason I played it at all was because I was trying out everything with the update or with the Pac-Man 2600 plus. So I hadn't even really read anything about it. I learned more from watching Bart play it than anything so far. So I need to get on that.
I'm thrilled that they did this update, because a lot of games from other devs like John Champeau, shameless plug, he's going to be on my podcast tomorrow night to talk about all of his games. I in a previous one, when they were talking about doing the 2600 and 7800 plus units, he was very skeptical that a lot of his games would work. He didn't think they would. And somehow through whatever magic they used with the update process and the compatibilities, they most of them work now. As a matter of fact, I think all of them work for me with the beta update. I'm not sure if they do with the official Atari release of the update, but the beta update from Atari Age, they all work for me. And so there are a couple games that don't work on the 2600 plus, but most of them do now. So it's an exciting time to be an Atari 2600 or 7800 fan. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing that show on Tuesday night with you guys.
Oh, yeah. And tomorrow night I'm going to be on Casey's show. I said tomorrow night. It's going to be Tuesday night. And then tomorrow night I'm going to be on Casey, the Intellivision Gamer, with Poe. I mentioned that earlier. That's going to be fun. His 100th episode. So he was kind enough to ask me. So, yeah,
Poe's out of here. He's had enough. He's taking off his headset and going home.
You always know when my battery's about dead.
Yeah. Let's see. Megan has an actual question.
Oh,
Poe, you still liking your Atari Pac-Man Plus?
Yeah, and I know mostly for a long time there, I was mostly using the 7800 plus. I don't know why, but just did. But I've updated all of them. But I have 3 of them. So I have the 2600 plus, the 7800 plus, and the Pac-Man one. So mostly right now I've been using the wood grain 2600 plus. I mean, it's all the same thing, but I had the 4-switcher, was my first Atari back in '82. So it looks like it. So I've been using it, but they're all interchangeable, right? It's just, the Pac-Man does look really cool. And when you turn it on, Pac-Man and the ghosts light up and everything on it. So
Yeah.
still happy with the purchase.
Yeah. Ballistic said the other day, it's a great time to be an Atari 2600 fan. If you haven't croaked already or aren't at home. Yeah.
I see a lot of people, few people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, talking about the Sprint and saying that they would like to see themed ones, right? In those Facebook groups, they would like to see a Night Stalker one come out and stuff. And yes, that would be really cool too. Love the idea of this, but at the same time, it's kind of like we want Atari to keep moving forward and bring us out something new, not the same thing every year. So,
yeah, I was going to mention this too. Wednesday night, this is the third day in a row that I've either streamed personally or been on somebody's stream. I'm going to be on Casey's tomorrow. I'm going to be on my own Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we're having a special edition Retro Bliss Rewind with Keo Daikin. He was out at the Consumer Electronics Show, and he's going to tell us all about it. And Atari, there's some news that's confusing to me. I don't know why it's newsworthy, but there's going to be some Atari news that we're going to talk about when he's on. So, and some of the stuff that he's going to tell us about, it may not be as retro as I would like. You know, it's not so much retro Bliss. It's just going to be regular Bliss. You know what I mean? But he's a good friend of the channel as well. And so he's been on our show a couple times. And so it's going to be interesting to find out what he found out. I think it was in Vegas. Is that where it was?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
CS is in Vegas. Yeah.
And that's the thing with my arcade too. It's like 1 year they'll come out with something brand new, and then they just rehash it maybe with different games or different themes the next couple of years. So, a lot of times you're just getting pretty much the same thing over and over again.
It's like the arcade one-ups that every year they'd have another Pac-Man.
Yeah.
New announcement, arcade one-up, Pac-Man and Galaga. It's like, good games, love them, they're fun, but really, there's 47 different. Yeah.
Like I was saying, you gotta. At what point is Atari going to realize that they can only make money on nostalgia for so long? Because after a while, all us old guys are going to be gone that have any nostalgia for it, and they're not going to have any eggs in another basket to fall on you, right? So when that a money bubble goes away, then they go away. So they better do something.
Yeah, I don't know how much money they lost or anything with the VCS, but really a way forward for them would be to have a VCS too. I think there's enough people there that are interested. You got to have something that's powerful enough and something that's going to last a little while. They just stopped supporting the VCS, right? So
did they officially stop supporting it now?
I don't know if it's totally like they're not selling it. I think it's out of stock. So BCB, of course, would know. I'll be honest, I haven't played mine in quite a while. So
I've got one. I'm looking at one right now, and I haven't fired that up, and I don't know when. So yeah, it's.
Oh, I got to put this one up because you know why, Poe? Because Megan says she has the My Arcade Mini Galaga, bought at Walgreens, loves it. The one where you can control. As far as smaller deals, our good buddy Greg has a bar top arcade one-up Galaga, and the real reason he left our show and he doesn't talk to us is because I still have the high score on his Galaga machine at his house.
He's bitter about it.
He's bitter. I mean, I don't bring it up every time I talk to him, just most. But I'll tell you how G Parker is, Phil, because I know you know Greg, but
yeah,
I got that high score on his Galaga machine, and Kelly had a high score on his Stranger Things pinball machine, and he did upgrade to the firmware on it, and her score magically got erased.
Oh, how convenient!
Yeah. Now, what kind of man? He won't take my score down, but he'll take down a 5'0" little girl. He'll take her score off. He ain't scared. And but I would be more scared. of Kelly than me, because she will kick his ass. But true stories, though. Also has Galaxian. Awesome. Let's see. Throw some of these chats up there real quick. Future of Atari is going to be in new games for the current Plus hardware and digital games for modern consoles. They also need to create new games for the Intellivision.
But here's the problem with that. I agree with crypto, but the problem is it's still the only reason that people want to play new games on old hardware is because they have nostalgia for the hardware. And like I say in my mind, when I talk about like ports for the 2600, I'm like, what would have been like if I'd have had the game back then? And so that's what fuels me buying the new stuff for the old hardware. But again, what's going to happen is people, in my opinion, when the nostalgia for that console goes away, it's like you can play Galaxian on the 2600, but if you have no interest in the 2600 and you play that version versus the arcade version, you're going to pick the arcade version every time. You're just going to, because so why would anyone want to go and play? Even a new
don't see very many younger people. There are some, of course, collectors that are a lot younger that say, I want to take a look at the second gen and start collecting and having fun. But that's not enough to keep a business going after we're gone. I mean,
what Mike's saying on the screen right now, I agree with. I think that they're going to have to, and I don't think Bubsy's is the savior for Atari. Okay,
they'll just fall on Roller Coaster Tycoon Part 5 billion.
Yeah, right. It's amazing that they're still around. They've changed hands so many times over the years, and it's amazing that they're still around. And there were a few years that it was really shaky whether they were going to be able to continue to even be a company. And they've made some decent moves with the acquisition of Intellivision and stuff. But again, it's all based on nostalgia. So they're gonna have to figure that out, because I don't think they're gonna survive long term with that business model.
Yeah, ballistic. In about 15 years, we'll be like, Atari, what? I just need a new diaper. 15 years might be optimistic for some of us. A couple of years ago, we was hoping for VCS2, but it's evident today that it's not happening. Not anytime soon or ever, possibly. Yeah.
If anybody in a couple of years, if anybody says, "So how do you pee?" and I'm gonna go just like that, like Iron Man.
Operation Shutdown said, if he sees G. Parker return to the show, he'll know he finally beat my score. And Megan says she's loving the Atari homebrew scene.
Oh, man, it is so vibrant right now. It is so vibrant. And right now is a good time. It's a good time to be Atari, I think, but it's not gonna last forever.
Right. Megan says, what scares me the most is losing my ability to play video games. I turn 52 tomorrow. Oh, well, happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
I'm 60 and I'm still doing it. So based on that theory, you at least got 8 more good years. So
yeah. And I'm not far behind you, Phil. I'll be 57 in a couple months.
Yeah.
So I'm getting up there too. I would say that Kelly's already 57, but that wouldn't be proper and polite.
I was talking to my doctor about this because, my body's starting to break down on me. Obviously, you guys know a little bit about what I've been going through, but, being retired, what a lot of guys do when they retire, they don't have anything to do after retirement, and they sit at home and they watch TV all day, and then they get brain rot, dementia and everything else, and then they move on. They lose their ability to think. They use their ability to have dexterity and things. And my doctor told me that she thought that what I was doing was amazing and awesome simply because it was keeping my mind focused and kind of keeping my reflexes decent and that kind of thing. So at least I'm doing something right.
Yeah, it does help. Poe, I'll put this one back up. I saw you were reading it, and I pulled it down because I know Poe probably have something to say about this. He ordered 2 shirts on December 17th from Atari. Still haven't received them. Customer service is prompt, but keep telling me the order will be here. They need to work on logistics on all products.
Logistics are horrible.
And I'll tell
Have you ever had any experience with Atari?
Yeah, with almost absolutely everything in the early days. And my Atari jacket took like a year and a half to get to me. Now, I don't order shirts from them because
Your jacket.
usually they don't have things in my size. They don't realize that us old fat Atari fans can't fit their shirts. So
I just bought a jersey that was in my size.
Oh,
You can ask Poe. I'm a big guy. I'm not as big as he is. He's a hoss, but he's more big this way. You know, I think he's about a foot taller than I am, but maybe not quite a foot taller, but he's pretty tall. But if I'm on my back, I'm about as tall as Poe. But anyway, I was able to find a jersey in my size, and so I ordered it, and I got notification that it's in the pipeline to get. I think Atari actually dropped it off. I'm supposed to get it by the end of the month or something, but
nice.
I don't know.
Now, back in the day, I would have followed that up by saying, "Well, Poe might be a foot taller than me, but I'm a foot longer than him." But that ship has sailed. Let's see. Casey was asking if Mike is the baby out of all of us.
Oh yeah,
because Casey's
what
in
is
his
Mike?
50s.
Is Mike say like 44?
Mike is.
Oh, he said. I'll say he was talking about his IQ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. He says 44. I should have read the chat first.
Yeah. I put it up there like right as soon as you said that, Poe. But that's okay. I mean, that's all right. You're getting old. You can't see it. And
That's
on your phone.
age and not your waist size.
What's and I should know this. What is Mike Gaming Road Warrior Mike? How old is he?
He's like 12 right now. Or no, he just turned 13.
13. Right. He finally made it to his teenage years. I'm pretty sure he's probably the youngest of the people we know. Megan's parents saw gaming as a way to keep healthy brain function. They never minded me playing video games.
Nice.
My parents never understood the concept of why anyone would want to play video games or.
That's my generation. My parents clueless.
Yeah, I was telling Poe and Mike the other day about how jealous I am when they talk about that they got video game stuff for Christmas and all that. I'm like, my parents didn't ever even think about buying me anything to do with video games, and that's why I had to take care of it myself. Whoops. Let's see. Ordered shirts, hats. Most of the time they make it in reasonable time, but have issue with every other order, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you order at the same time Poe orders, yours will get rushed because they put anyone they can in front of Poe. His orders get flagged instantly. Let's see. Yeah. Combo pads. Parts.
I don't even like to talk about that one. No, I talked about it before.
I got the Atari combo pack from Atari, the 4 games with the Dig Dug and the Galaga and the what's the other game? Oh, Xevious. The box was damaged, but it wasn't damaged. The inner boxes were fine, but the outer boxes, the sleeve that all the boxes go in, was jacked up. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fight it. I'm not even going to fight it.
Almost every game that I got from them has had something wrong with the box. So, and the same with that collection. There was the corner was kind of dented on it.
I got to say something about this one here, Mike. This is twice now. Earlier, he was correcting Phil and he had a typo. Now he can't even, he's saying his IQ is, but he put the decimal point in the wrong spot.
Well, that's how much his mama weighs.
And then she puts her other foot on the scale. Yeah, 15.2.
15.2.
If the Atari Hotel actually happens, will I book a room? Then when I get there, they tell me it's not available. Yeah. Ballistics brought up Poe's jacket. Let's see. Yeah, and that was most parents back then.
It was as he connection. I may lose you guys. It's telling. Okay,
Uh-oh.
I think I'm good now. Anyway,
Yeah.
Ballistic. What happened was he ordered something from Atari. Oh, it was the VCS. I think it was. It was the VCS when he pre-ordered it, and he was one of the first. Like the first day it came out, he did the pre-order, and so people subsequently ordered it later on, and guys like me and other content creators, they were getting them, and they were posting reviews on their channel. And here Poe was, he ordered it day one, and not Poe, but Ballistic, he ordered it day one, and he was he was bitter about it. He even did a video about how bitter it was. And then all of a sudden he gets the VCS. And he's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing!" It's because it's like a student. He's just like a kid, and I think it's awesome.
There went Phil. Poe left.
So
here he comes.
Happy.
Oh, you're back. You were frozen for a minute. You're back.
Yeah, it says connection lost. There, I'm reconnecting. But anyway, Ballistic, he was so upset, but then as soon as he got it, it was like a little kid. He was like, all that anger just turned to joy and jubilation. And then he does a review after that, which was good, by the way. But it was just funny how he handled that. But yeah, Atari, their logistics on how they ship, and for many times, if there's something from Atari coming out, your best bet might be to order from Amazon. Now, the only problem with Amazon is that I've experienced is if you buy box games, they put them in those plastic sleeves, and they don't put them in boxes, and so a lot of times you get the games damaged that way also. So it's like a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to get it and what condition it's coming in.
Right.
Yeah. See, I did the opposite with the Sprint. I had ordered through Amazon, and in the beginning we ordered day one, right? And they were saying, yeah, it ships on the 5th of December. And on the 5th, I got this notice, nothing. And then I ended up going on Amazon's chat function, and they were telling me I wouldn't get it till January 18th or something. So then I called, and they're like, no, it's going to be there December 20th or whatever the date was. So I immediately, Kelly was already looking it up on Atari site, and she said, I can order from Atari. I said, yeah, do it. So she ordered from Atari, and then I was playing the waiting game, and as soon as Atari shipped mine, I canceled my Amazon order. So I didn't.
I ordered mine directly from Atari because it wasn't on the Amazon site yet that I could see, and I wanted to jump on that, and I think Poe and Mike and everybody was telling me just be patient, and Amazon would have it, but I wasn't. But then, even though it was uncharacteristically, but Atari got me mine before everybody from Amazon got theirs.
Mhm.
So it was kind of interesting that
Just remember, whichever way I order the opposite way, and I'll let you guys know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, because Poe and I think we ordered from Amazon the same day, right, Poe?
Yeah.
And then when I got mad at Amazon and Kelly ordered from Atari, I ended up getting, it was almost a week, right, Poe, that I got mine before.
Yeah, you got yours on a Wednesday, I think, and I got mine Monday before Christmas, something like that.
Yeah, so it was quite a few days, which Poe liked it because then I had a chance to put together the 125 and all that stuff, and
that worked out perfectly.
Send him all the stuff he might want. But yeah, it was crazy because I went with Poe's past experience, and I know he had so much trouble with Atari, so I was like, yeah, we'll do the Amazon thing. And yeah, then they were jerking people around. And I said, well, then order it from Atari. And but I got
what's really frustrating with them is if you're checking the tracking all the time, it says, okay, the label was created and it was sent to whoever's gonna take it out. But then it sits there for a week in California and it hasn't moved anywhere. It's like, what are you waiting for? Yeah. Send the damn thing.
You can't watch that. It's like trying to watch your 401k. Don't sit there and try to watch it every day because you're gonna get upset. just
I'm bad for that.
You'll get it. It'll just take some time.
I check the tracking on everything. Something like buy from eBay or Amazon or anything. I'm always on there looking to see.
Yeah. And
how far.
my Sprint did do that though. It sat, Atari said, yeah, the label's made, it's going to the shipper. And it took a week, but then then I got the shipping notification from the post office, and they said it was going to be there on Thursday, but it actually arrived on Wednesday. So, well, I guess they shipped it UPS, or it wasn't, or FedEx. Was it FedEx? One of those.
Usually FedEx, I think.
Yeah, because it went to my work. Because I live in this glorious place here where our post office has no home delivery. Everything gets mailed to a post office box, and FedEx and UPS won't come out to where our house is. Actually, we're not sure about UPS because they went to our neighbor's house down the road, but I heard they charged.
I know about your house and UPS because I actually went there first, and they said we can get it there, but we're going to charge you an $8 surcharge in addition to whatever our regular postage is for that area. And they said you might be better off going to the post office. And I had been going to UPS because the post office, it's a joke. I don't even want to get, because I'm retired from there and I want to use them whenever possible, but I'm getting to the point where but anyway, they said go to it was about $8 cheaper to do it to the post office than it was, because they said if we go to his house, it's going to cost you an extra $8 on top of whatever you spend for the postage. And I'm like, thanks for letting me know and being honest. And I just drove down to the post office and they were right.
Yeah, it's crazy here. And when we first moved here, you'll love this story, Phil. Our post office, they knew that a lot of us people that live out in the rural areas, like I'm 12 miles out of town, 3 miles of that is dirt road. And they know how that works. UPS won't come here. FedEx won't come here. So they would let us get our packages delivered to the post office's physical address. And then they would hook us up. Well, the story goes, someone was out that lives out here in the boonies, threatened the postmaster lady because he says she lost one of his packages. So she decided, no more. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. We're not accepting packages. I'm not really supposed to be doing that in the first place. So we got no argument. And I was fine with it, except for the fact that I had a package that was on the way already the day she told me. She fucking sent it back.
Knowing that you had complained.
Yeah. And I went in there and she told me, and I said, I get it, but there is a package that's due to be delivered tomorrow. She rejected it. And I'm like, come on now. It was, I had ordered the thing a week and a half ago. I can't, and so
I started the post office in 1988. Okay. Long time ago. And when I started, there was so much mail in the facility that they had to stage it in the aisleways, and you'd trip over it if you weren't watching where you were going. Well, back then there was no internet. Mm-hmm. People, catalogs and magazines, people were buying a lot of those and having those shipped to their house. And especially at Christmas time, I know during Christmas time, just the one department where we did mail cancellation when I was a clerk, we did 1.5 million letters in one night. Wow. And so anyway, but then internet came, people started doing online bill pay. They started looking on the internet instead of buying magazines and whatnot. And so the mail volume just went way down. So the post office, they think, okay, how we fix the revenue problem is by cutting customer service. So instead of having 3 clerks to wait on you at the window, we'll let you do 1. So then the lines start being out the door and people started looking for alternate ways to, and then we had, 1 year, my mailbox crew, we took over 500 mailboxes off the streets in Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
Mailboxes, 500 of them. And I had these nice elderly people come out and say, you're not taking my mailbox. It's the only way. And they'd say, well, tell the elderly that they can just put it in the regular mailbox and the carrier will pick it up. But it's not secure to do it that way. The blue mailbox is secure. It's not secure. And so I found out, you tell them, because I was very active in the union. I said, listen, call your congressman. Tell your congressman that you need your mailbox. And sure enough, every now and then they do that. And there were times I would take a mailbox off the street, and very next day I'm putting the exact same mailbox right back, because all it took was a phone call from their congressman, and then they would do it. But otherwise, they're taking, it's a service, and it's actually in the Constitution. The Postal Service is in the Constitution. It's part of the Constitution. So Benjamin Franklin started the first post office in Philadelphia, and they said he had it so efficient that you could mail a letter on day one to New York, and by day 2 it would be there.
Wow.
And you can't get that service now.
Right. Yeah. That's crazy.
So anyway, I digress. Sorry.
Well, Ben Franklin just wanted to make sure he could get his sex toys on time.
Right.
Oh, the package has been open, and why does it smell funny?
Yeah. My Ben Franklin story is when it starts off sad, but this is years ago. But when my dad died, he was born outside of Philadelphia, and he was buried outside of Philadelphia. And my son had come out and for the funeral and stuff, and we had to take him to the Philadelphia airport, and so he could fly back. Jason was in the Navy at the time, and we dropped him off, and the GPS took me downtown Philadelphia, rush hour traffic. It took us about 40 minutes to get to the airport from my uncle's house, and 3 hours to get home because of the traffic. Shelby, she was in high school at the time. She's laying down in the back seat on her phone, and I'm like, Shelby, we're in Philadelphia here. Benjamin Franklin was in some of these buildings. And she went, okay. She cared a lot. She couldn't have cared any less. But that's my big story with Benjamin Franklin. But yeah. So Constitution, so he's Bean Franklin. What's this Constitution you speak of? Yeah, that's a whole different topic. We'd be here another 6 hours.
I will tell you this though. One thing I don't like is to really get into politics on my channel, because right now the United States especially is such a divided place. People don't understand how divided we are, and we really need to come together. And right. I have my opinions about things, but I'm not a political channel. I want to have fun and make friends and spread joy and have people laugh at me and make fun of me because I don't know how to play a game, Mike. And to me, it's just it's something. I use it as a venue and a vice to make friends and to have fun, and just even if it's just for that hour that I play, maybe someone will forget what's might be going on.
Right.
And, I think if I can say this as a serious note, I think we all need to just start chillaxing, start coming together, and let your voices be heard, obviously, but also do it the right way.
Right.
Not everybody's innocent in this thing. There's a lot of, you just got to be careful. And so let's all kind of come together. That's, if I can say that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring your channel down.
No, it's okay. I'll lighten it back up because Kelly put in here the Pentagon, the story behind why she said that. On that, we were driving through Washington, D.C. Have you ever seen the Pentagon in real life? The thing is a monster, right? It's just a huge building. And we were driving. Kelly was looking something on her phone or whatever, and I was like, "Hey, look, the Pentagon is right there." And she looks up. She's like, "Where?" And I said, the entire right side of our view was nothing but I'm like, everything that way. She goes, "Oh my gosh, what the heck?" But she was totally didn't see it at all, and it's huge and right there. We were taking that highway that goes right past the Pentagon. Right. But here, see, Megan's got the priorities right here. Gaming is all that matters. Gaming.
Right.
Yeah. And in that way, Phil has brought great joy in my life. What, you must be talking about the poor gaming.
Yes.
See, I just try to, and Poe kind of does the same thing. We take away that extra jab by just slamming our own gameplay first.
Right.
If I'm just slamming myself in my video, it takes the edge off.
Yeah.
Mike's comments to me about my gameplay is usually something along the lines of, "Yeah, you're right. You did mess that up. That was pretty bad."
I know I'm not the greatest video gamer. I'm the first to admit that. As a matter of fact, on my logo, I got a text bubble that says "You dirty dog" because I'm always screaming and yelling because I'm, if I get frustrated or whatnot. But that's kind of what makes it fun, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, that phrase made it into your new intro music for your live streams, eh?
I took a chapter from Poe and my son Justin, and I took both the information from my son Justin and Poe, and I figured out how to do AI, and not just do AI, but I could, as a musician, tell it like what genre to play, some phrasing and things about what I want in the song, and I've come up with some. I didn't write them. I wrote them and performed them, but based on the information that I gave it, and man, there's some pretty decent material there.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. AI's crazy. My son actually now, my oldest one, he moved to Georgia to work for an AI company. He's making more money than I am now, retired with my wife working. So together, he's making more than both of us together now. But yeah, he's making it. AI's it's scary, but kind of cool at the same time. So
yeah. Hey, thanks, Mike, for that saying. But you got to add a few O's and M's in there because it's B-17 bomber.
Offgrid. You gotta watch the Angry Video Game Nerd. He did a double vision years ago. It was a two-parter. He does Intellivision and ColecoVision, and he made fun of B-17 bomber. He said it that way, and that's just been like popular ever since. Yeah,
I found a guy. I was going to send you a link, Poe, and I don't know the guy's channel right now off the top of my head, but since I've been watching so much Intellivision stuff lately, this guy he calls it story mode, and like he did Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I guess he did the Cloudy Mountain version or whatever, but he did it in a story thing. The three brothers are going on this mission, and he has a whole storyline while he's playing the game. And the first brother got killed in one of these mountains, and the final brother finally gets the pieces of the crown and all that stuff. But it's hilarious because it's like a mini movie. But the gameplay is what's going on. And he did one on B-17 bomber, and he overdubbed all the voices and stuff like that. And like when a fighter, banged at 12 o'clock, he took out all the IntelliVoice sounds and stuff like that. So it was a person saying banned at 12 o'clock. And then he had actual machine gun fire sound instead of the gameplay. But he had a whole story written for this whole thing. And,
that's cool.
They're doing this mission, and they end up getting shot to the point where he told everyone to bail out, but he's going to try to finish the mission. And I don't want to spoil how it ended, but I was surprised. But I watched like a 25-minute mini movie of a guy playing B-17 bomber with voiceovers and stuff. And it was really cool. But I guess it didn't really take off, though, because he made those things like a year ago, and it's kind of a shame. He's got like 15 views on them, stuff like that. They're just not a lot of people were watching them, but I thought they were awesome, and he clearly spent a lot of time doing them.
Right.
So, but I'll try to remember. I'll send you one of the links to one of those videos, but they're pretty cool, pretty funny, very creative. But man. So what are we at here? 2 hours and 15 minutes. Wow. Time just flies, doesn't it? Poe's almost ready. He's got to get changed for work here soon.
Right.
I got some changes that need done, but it ain't for work.
Yeah. Sometimes our shows, Poe and I will talk about, next week we need to try to keep it to an hour. And then we remind ourselves at the second hour, okay, let's try to only go one more hour.
And I actually thought today, I'm like, well, I got a 6-day work week coming up. I have to work next Saturday. I'm like, man, I do got to get my sleep. And I thought, well, at least with Bliss on, he likes to keep things to an hour. So he'll get us to things quicker than we normally do.
I'm not in charge, man. I'm just going with the flow. Of course, I did rant a few times.
Yeah.
But
No, it's all good. And I think it's been a fun show. And the chat's always fun here. So that's a good time. And
yeah.
And ripping off the riffing off of what the chat's saying is always fun. Poe, isn't your train about to go by? But
at least no crickets this time of the year, right?
Right. Yeah. But I think unless you guys had anything else major you wanted to talk about, it might be about time to wrap her up.
I just want to say thanks for having me on. I've had a really good time. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you for being on.
I blew my wad though, because it's whatever. You can't have me on anymore because it's just going to be repeat after that.
That's what we are every week. We don't know what we're going to talk about any time, but you're, as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome on anytime you want, Phil. If you have something you want to promote or anything's going on and you just want, or if you just want to hang out, that's what we're doing, is hanging out.
That would be a real fun show, is to have me and Mike on with you too. Then it's really going to get crazy.
Yeah. I actually was thinking earlier when Mike popped in the chat, I was thinking, man, we should have had Mike on with you. And then you guys could have just ran the show like me and Poe were the guests.
Right.
Well, once Mike starts talking, you really don't have a choice.
Yeah. But Mike blew his wad too, ask Phil's mom. So I had a blast. It was great talking with you, Phil. Thanks again for the games. That's awesome.
Have fun with those, man.
And so Poe and I are not, we're not opposed to people being on the show. It's always fun. And so other people might come on. I don't know. We might ask Mike on someday. It depends on things. I might invite him on accident and then he won't come on. But if
I'll say your mama's for when he does come on. We'll have a little catfish.
Right. But I think this has been a lot of fun. A nice time. So we do have a new outro for those of you that were looking forward to the 6-second outro. Poe says he can't have everything in his life only lasts 6 seconds. He saves most of that for Mrs. Poe. And so this outro is a bit longer, and well, Mike saw the accident thing. It's a bit longer, but this will be my first time watching the entire thing, because I only watched part of it just to make sure it didn't get boogered up when I had to size it for restream. And I think we're calling it here. Poe, did you have anything else you wanted to say? Or
No, I didn't make anything this week. I didn't do anything. So it'll probably be the same this week coming up. So
all right.
Yeah, we'll be on with Casey tomorrow night. So.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Casey's show. Both of these guys will be on it. That is 8:00 Eastern. And then on Tuesday, we got 8:00 Eastern. That's when Phil and Mike will be on. And they got their big guest this week.
John Champo.
Yeah. Champ Games. So check that out. Casey keeps threatening to do some live stuff during the week also. Phil, you're also going to be on Wednesday night, you said?
Yep. Keo Daikin. We're going to talk about the Consumer Electronics Show. Talk about some of the new things that are coming out. Some news.
So keep an eye out for that. All these channels we're talking about are in the description below. Check out
and
the channels.
Spoiler alert, Phil does show up in this outro. I don't know if he'll be flattered by it, but he's there. He's AI, baby.
Nice.
Hey, just the fact that I'm in it is flattering. I don't care if I'm, scratching my rear end. I don't care.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, Mike's mom was going to be in this video, but we had to keep it under rated X. So, all right, we're going to call it right here. I'm going to click go on the outro. Thanks again, Phil.
Peace
Been
out.
fun. Thanks to the chat.
See you next week.
See you next week. Here goes this big old outro. 2 minutes and 52 seconds. You've been here for 2.5 hours. You can last another 3 minutes.
Right.
Here we go.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We hope to see you next week.
Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories, you know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme, the baddest around. Flippers are flapping, the high scores in sight. Talking old consoles, day in and day out. Through the night, every button pressed, every cartridge blown clean. Reliving the glory on a glowing screen. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories, you know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme, the baddest around. No cheat codes needed, just passion and fun. For every true gamer till the podcast is done. So power down slowly until next week's show. With Poe and Offgrid, where the good times just flow. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories, you know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme, the baddest around.